All right, good evening and welcome to another update. It is June the 8th, 2024. This is, I think, week 7. So kind of going over what this week is. I feel like this week kind of proved I feel like my personality has been on full-blown, I just feel seen kind of in my own reflection of this week. So some great things have happened. The things that I've been waiting for have happened. And then it's kind of been the opposite, where things that I wasn't expecting to happen happened. So you can hear I have a sore throat. Last week at work, this is exactly what happened. So last Saturday when I had this conversation, right as soon as the camera shut off and I got home, I instantly had this feeling of like, oh, I feel like I have kind of a sore throat, and it's just been coming to this. That's not really important. Sore throats happen, sickness happens. It's all a part of life. But yeah, that's kind of been this week. Thankfully, I'm kind of getting over it by this point. But yeah, that's kind of been the sheet of this week. So kind of starting off at the very beginning of the week, I started on Monday the new job. So I had my first 2 days of orientation. It was nice. And then I had to do stuff from home. It was like modules, and those went well. But then I got a message from the person who was helping me find a preceptor. She sent me a message just saying like, hey, still looking. I sent her a message saying, okay, well, we have until June 30th. And I didn't really want to be like really pushy because she is helping me. Like, she was doing something that, I could only imagine anyone would help me do. So I didn't want to like be disrespectful because she was helping me so much. But when I said that, it was like, she's like, okay, well, we have 25 days to get all of this stuff done. So she was like, I will be your preceptor. So that's amazing. But then it was like hitting the ground running. I had that conversation with her on Thursday, and on Friday I had my first hours, which were kind of nerve-wracking because I went from kind of the job that I do to now this master's. I was treated like a master's level student. So here I am, like, teaching a class. Oh, it was a little scary, but I'm happy that I did it, because not only was it nice to kind of do something that was related to my degree, but it was also kind of like an image of what I should expect whenever I finish with school. So I'm fine with that right now. Kind of going back to that sentence that I just said, I'm fine with it now. And really, when I started this conversation about my personality being on blast, I feel like I've always had this issue where I'm an all or nothing person, where I want to go 100% on something or 0, and it doesn't work, because this week was an example of that. I just told you that I finally got my preceptor, but I also have a new job that I'm starting. I can't do both. When I thought it was going to be so easy to do that, I'd signed up for a class in June. As I'd said before, I had to cancel that class because work got in the way and the new job got in the way. Here I am now getting preceptor hours, and I need to get them done by June 30th. I had to tell my employer that I need to be pushed back another month. So I am now starting in July. And it sucks because it's just like, even though it wasn't until this week that I was like, wow, like berating myself for being like, why do you have to go? Why do you have to like do everything all at once? Like, why can't you just take the steps or make the correct planning beforehand to have that? But I think the issue is, like, regardless of whether I plan, I don't know what the outcome's going to be until I'm actually in the situation. So it's almost like you're just living hopefully, which, again, I always say, like, whenever I say positive things, I guess, or like neutral things, I'm always like, oh, well, that's not a big deal because it's a part of life. But at the same time, I wouldn't be having this conversation with myself if it wasn't an issue. So it's been kind of a reflection period within the last couple days. Even though I'm still kind of continuing with life, I'm still like, man, I really, I've been upset with myself previously for the same issue, but when all three of these things kind of came to head, and I'm now in this experience, and I'm older, I am not really happy with what I did to myself. So that's kind of how this week has been. Kind of going on the same route of like things that I continue to do. My best friend, I told you that I was going to go see a movie with him this week, and I canceled because, I think since COVID, I've gotten deeper and deeper into like wanting to be kind of alone and kind of more nervous to go out with people. And even though he's my best friend and I haven't seen him since, before COVID, we haven't like properly hung out. It's really, it's like disingenuous as a friend to be this way, regardless of whether, I send messages. Like, that doesn't matter. It doesn't make a friendship when one side is putting in all the effort. So I really need to contact him this week and let him know that we need to, I need to not make it myself making the choices. The friendship needs to be double-sided, and instead I'm the person not only pushing us farther apart, but I'm, the one dictating how things go, and it's not fair. So that's something I need to do this week. And something else I need to also, I need to order my outfit because I'm supposed to go to a wedding next week. I have it saved in my cart, and I still haven't had it sent my way because I'm looking at the delivery date. I'm like, oh, it'll be close. But the issue is that, recently I've noticed that sometimes I don't get the things on the days that I'm supposed to. So I really need to do that. And the last part is I had a doctor's appointment for my weight loss this week. And even though I've lost the 40 some pounds, I'm on a plateau now. So I need to start, doing something different. Thankfully, this weight loss has kind of been easier to do. Just like eating changes, not drinking soda like I was before has been really helpful. It's now time to actually put some more effort into doing that. I think my biggest issue is sitting here now while saying all these things. Of course, they're changes that I want to make. Saying it like that, the changes that I'm going to make, I feel very selfish. Like the words that I'm saying, even it's like I'm self-aware of noticing all of these things, but I'm not doing the actual, I'm not doing anything to actually make those changes in my life. So I need to, tomorrow's, Sunday, I work tomorrow. I can, make my list out on what I'm going to do. And then Monday, I need to really sorry, it's like 10 o'clock at night. I need to actually make the changes that I'm supposed to. So that's the goals for this week. Actually, reap what I sow, or, do what I say I'm going to do and actually mean it. Yeah, that's really it for this week. Not kind of the same as usual, but I guess more self. But regardless, I feel like no, we'll go into that more throughout the time that we're together. But that's where I'm going to leave it for this week.